Okay, here's your problem of the day, the answers for the problem of the day. So go ahead and check those. If you need to take a second to pause the video to check them, go ahead and do that. Okay, going on with today's lesson, our objectives today are to determine whether to measure specific capacities in liters, milliliters, or kiloliters, to convert from one unit of capacity to another in the metric system, and to convert between fluid ounces, pints, quarts, and gallons in the customary system. So to start with, we are going to go to page 205 in your book. And the directions for exercise A on page 205 say, tell whether you would use milliliters, liters, or kiloliters to measure each item. All right, so we're just doing the odd ones here. So number one, it says a large bottle of soda. Okay, well, a large bottle of soda, that would be something we would measure in liters. Okay, and if any of you ever have, one of the big bottles of soda, you can often buy a liter bottle of soda or a 2-liter bottle of soda. So that should be something you're familiar with. Okay, number three. Okay, a dose of medicine. Okay, well, a dose of medicine, usually those are taken in very small amounts. Okay, so the smallest unit we have here is milliliters. Okay. Okay, one more here. A carton of milk served with a school lunch. Okay, if you ever look on the little carton of milk you have at lunch, you are going to see that that is given in milliliters. Okay, and then I guess we'll do one more here just so we hit everything, but water in a tank at the National Aquarium. So we're talking about a very large tank, a very large aquarium. Okay, that would be measured in kiloliters. Okay, what you're going to do now is go ahead and do the rest of the odds. Okay, so that would be number 9, number 11, number 13, number 15, number 17, and number 19. Go ahead and write in your answers for those. When you have completed that, you should pause the video and have somebody come check it before moving on. So right now, go ahead, pause the video. When you're complete with page 205, exercise A odds, make sure somebody checks it, and then before you move on to the next part. So go ahead and pause the video. Okay, the next part here, working with the metric system for units of capacity, which are liters. Okay, we use the same chart that we've been using for everything else in the metric system. So again, you're going to use this metric system chart. You should have a big copy that I gave you. You can also just use this one in your note sheet. Okay, so working with capacity, some guided practice problems here. I'm at 786 liters. Again, in the metric system, you do this the same way as we did for measuring length. I'm at 786 liters, and I'm going to convert that to kiloliters. Okay, if I go back to my chart, I notice that liter is in the middle, and I need to get to kiloliters, which is 1, 2, 3 to the left. Okay, so then I go back to my problem here. Right now my decimal point is really right here, so 1, 2, 3 to the left is going to be 0.786 kiloliters. Okay, my next one here, I have 7.6 liters. I need to change that to milliliters. Okay, again, if I go back to my chart, okay, we will erase that. And we are going from, check that again, liters to milliliters. So if I'm here at liters and I want to go to milliliters, I have to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So we'll go back and move our decimal point here. We're right here. 1, 2, 3 to the right. Fill in the empty spots with the zeros. We get 7,600 milliliters. Okay, go to your book to page 206. Okay, 206, exercise A. You are going to do all of those problems there, just like we did the guided practice problems. Use your chart. Again, when you get these completed, you are going to have them checked before you move on to the next part. So once you're done, raise your hand so somebody can come check them. So go ahead, pause the video right now, and go ahead and work on page 206, exercise A. All right, next we're going to work with the customary system in capacity. And again, we have all of these conversions that we have to worry about. We can't just move the decimal like we did in the metric system. So 1 pint is 16 fluid ounces, 1 quart is 2 pints, 1 quart is 32 fluid ounces, 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So we're going to cancel the units just like we did yesterday with our units of length in the customary system. So we're at 2 pints. We're trying to get to ounces. So I start with my 2 pints, and it's 16 fluid ounces over 1 pint. Remember, I want to put the pint on the bottom so that those units cancel out. And then 2 times 16 gives you 32. The next one, 28 quarts to gallons. Well, again, I start with the 28 quarts. I know my conversion between quarts and gallons is 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So I have to put quarts on the bottom, again, so that they cancel out. And then 28 times 1 over 4 will give you 7 gallons. Okay? Again, that's just like taking 28 divided by 4 there. Okay, some practice problems here. We've got 6 gallons to quarts. So I go back. This one's partially set up for you already. The gallons are on the bottom, the quarts are on top. So I go back and look here, and I see that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So over here, I need to put the 1 gallon on the bottom, the 4 quarts on the top. Well, 4 over 1 is 4, so I'm really doing 6 times 4, which is 24 quarts. So 6 gallons is the same as 24 quarts. The bottom one, we've got 7 quarts. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. Okay, and I'm going to multiply that by my conversion. Okay, I know that I want quarts on the bottom. Again, because I want those to cancel out. Pints is going to go on top. So now when I do this, it's going to equal the number of pints that I need. So I'm going to go back and look here, but relationship between quarts and pints. And I see that 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. Okay, so 1 quart, 2 pints. And I go ahead, 7 times 2 is 14. So we get 7 quarts equals 14 pints. All right, go to your book here. And we are going to go to page 218. On 218, exercise A, you are going to do the odds, and exercise B, you are going to do the odds. Okay? Again, when you are finished with these, raise your hand, get them checked before moving on. Okay, so pause the video right now so you can work on these, and then again, don't forget to have them checked before you move on. Okay, this is the learning check. On the learning check, you're going to do these on your own. Just a review of number 1 is a review of converting in the metric system. Number 2 is just a quick check of converting in the customary system for units of capacity. Once you have the learning check completed and it is correct, okay, again, make sure somebody checks it and it's correct, they will give you the homework sheet, which is workbook activity 95 and workbook activity 99.